Day 31. Exodus 25-26. Then the Lord said to Moses, Tell the Israelites to bring me an offering. You are to receive my offering from every man whose heart compels him. This is the offering you are to accept from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, fine linen and goat hair, ram skins dyed red and fine leather, acacia wood, olive oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil and for the fragrant incense, and onyx stones and gemstones to be mounted on the ephod and breastpiece. And they are to make a sanctuary for me, so that I may dwell among them. You must make the tabernacle and design all its furnishings according to the pattern I show you. And they are to construct an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold both inside and out, and make a gold molding around it. Cast 4 gold rings for it and fasten them to its 4 feet, 2 rings on one side and 2 on the other. And make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Insert the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark, in order to carry it. The poles are to remain in the rings of the ark, they must not be removed. And place inside the ark the testimony, which I will give you. And you are to construct a mercy seat of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide. Make 2 cherubim of hammered gold at the ends of the mercy seat, 1 cherub on one end and 1 on the other, all made from 1 piece of gold. And the cherubim are to have wings that spread upward, overshadowing the mercy seat. The cherubim are to face each other, looking toward the mercy seat. Set the mercy seat atop the ark, and put the testimony that I will give you into the ark. And I will meet with you there above the mercy seat, between the 2 cherubim that are over the ark of the testimony. I will speak with you about all that I command you regarding the Israelites. You are also to make a table of acacia wood 2 cubits long, a cubit wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold and make a gold molding around it. And make a rim around it a handbreadth wide and put a gold molding on the rim. Make 4 gold rings for the table and fasten them to the 4 corners at its 4 legs. The rings are to be close to the rim, to serve as holders for the poles used to carry the table. Make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold, so that the table may be carried with them. You are also to make the plates and dishes, as well as the pitchers and bowls for pouring drink offerings. Make them out of pure gold. And place the bread of the presence on the table before me at all times. Then you are to make a lampstand of pure, hammered gold. It shall be made of 1 piece, including its base and shaft, its cups and its buds and petals. 6 branches are to extend from the sides of the lampstand, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. There are to be 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms on the first branch, each with buds and petals, 3 on the next branch, and the same for all 6 branches that extend from the lampstand. And on the lampstand there shall be 4 cups shaped like almond blossoms with buds and petals. For the 6 branches that extend from the lampstand, a bud must be under the first pair of branches, a bud under the second pair, and a bud under the third pair. The buds and branches are to be all of 1 piece with the lampstand, hammered out of pure gold. Make 7 lamps and set them up on the lampstand so that they illuminate the area in front of it. The wick trimmers and their trays must be of pure gold. The lampstand and all these utensils shall be made from a talent of pure gold. See to it that you make everything according to the pattern shown you on the mountain. You are to construct the tabernacle itself with 10 curtains of finely spun linen, each with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and cherubim skillfully worked into them. Each curtain shall be 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide, all curtains the same size. 5 of the curtains are to be joined together, and the other 5 joined as well. Make loops of blue material on the edge of the end curtain in the first set, and do the same for the end curtain in the second set. Make 50 loops on one curtain and 50 loops on the end curtain of the second set, so that the loops line up opposite one another. Make 50 gold clasps as well, and join the curtains together with the clasps, so that the tabernacle will be a unit. You are to make curtains of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle, 11 curtains in all. Each of the 11 curtains is to be the same size, 30 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Join 5 of the curtains into one set and the other 6 into another. Then fold the 6th curtain over double at the front of the tent. Make 50 loops along the edge of the end curtain in the first set, and 50 loops along the edge of the corresponding curtain in the second set. Make 50 bronze clasps and put them through the loops to join the tent together as a unit. As for the overlap that remains of the tent curtains, the half curtain that is left over shall hang down over the back of the tabernacle. And the tent curtains will be a cubit longer on either side, and the excess will hang over the sides of the tabernacle to cover it. Also make a covering for the tent out of ram skins dyed red, and over that a covering of fine leather. You are to construct upright frames of acacia wood for the tabernacle. Each frame is to be 10 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide. 2 tenons must be connected to each other for each frame. Make all the frames of the tabernacle in this way. Construct 20 frames for the south side of the tabernacle, with 40 silver bases under the 20 frames, 2 bases for each frame, 1 under each tenon. For the second side of the tabernacle, the north side, make 20 frames and 40 silver bases, 2 bases under each frame. Make 6 frames for the rear of the tabernacle, the west side, and 2 frames for the 2 back corners of the tabernacle, coupled together from bottom to top and fitted into a single ring. These will serve as the 2 corners. So there are to be 8 frames and 16 silver bases, 2 under each frame. You are also to make 5 crossbars of acacia wood for the frames on one side of the tabernacle, 5 for those on the other side, and 5 for those on the rear side of the tabernacle, to the west. The central crossbar in the middle of the frames shall extend from one end to the other. Overlay the frames with gold and make gold rings to hold the crossbars. Also overlay the crossbars with gold. So you are to set up the tabernacle according to the pattern shown you on the mountain. Make a veil of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely spun linen, with cherubim skillfully worked into it. Hang it with gold hooks on 4 posts of acacia wood, overlaid with gold and standing on 4 silver bases. And hang the veil from the clasps and place the ark of the testimony behind the veil. So the veil will separate the holy place from the most holy place. Put the mercy seat on the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. And place the table outside the veil on the north side of the tabernacle, and put the lampstand opposite the table, on the south side. For the entrance to the tent, you are to make a curtain embroidered with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely spun linen. Make 5 posts of acacia wood for the curtain, overlay them with gold hooks, and cast 5 bronze bases for them. Matthew 20 verses 17 to 34. As Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside and said, "Look, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and scribes. They will condemn him to death and will deliver him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified. And on the 3rd day he will be raised to life." Then the mother of Zebedee's sons came to Jesus with her sons and knelt down to make a request of him. "What do you want?" he inquired. She answered, "Declare that in your kingdom one of these 2 sons of mine may sit at your right hand, and the other at your left." "You do not know what you are asking," Jesus replied. "Can you drink the cup I am going to drink?" "We can," the brothers answered. "You will indeed drink my cup," Jesus said. "But to sit at my right or left is not mine to grant. These seats belong to those for whom my Father has prepared them." When the 10 heard about this, they were indignant with the 2 brothers. But Jesus called them aside and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their superiors exercise authority over them. It shall not be this way among you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." As they were leaving Jericho, a large crowd followed him. And there were 2 blind men sitting beside the road. When they heard that Jesus was passing by, they cried out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." The crowd admonished them to be silent, but they cried out all the louder, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." Jesus stopped and called them. "What do you want me to do for you?" he asked. "Lord," they answered, "let our eyes be opened." Moved with compassion, Jesus touched their eyes, and at once they received their sight and followed him.